today. The coronavirus pandemic has seen many stories of people helping each other. And one such case is a Michelin star chef who's been helping to feed millions of people in India, despite being thousands of miles away in New York. Vikas Khanna started the Feed India initiative a couple of months ago, but this week he launched a food drive focusing on the transgender and disabled community, people with disabilities and other groups. And he joins us now from Manhattan. Vikas, it's great to have you on the programme. How on earth do you start an initiative like this when you're thousands of miles away in Manhattan?
You have to be either crazy or a genius.
Well, I'm going to go with genius. Tell us what you did. Who did you enlist to help you?
So I just used the power of my Twitter account. I went on Twitter and I asked people if anybody go and check in your neighborhoods, if anyone in the orphanages, old age home or leprosy centers, if they need any dry ration. Because I have worked with those organizations for many years, and I know that the kitchens do not run as an operation where they store too much of dry goods like rice, lentils, whole wheat flour, sugar, tea, and all those things. And I realized much early on that there's going to be a huge crisis in that field of these organizations, and especially community centers.
And also for those thousands and thousands of migrant workers who were returning to their home villages across India, of course. I mean, these days you're famous. You've cooked for the Obamas, you've been on TV shows with Gordon Ramsay, but it wasn't always that way, was it? You're not from a rich family, so I dare say you understand how precarious it can be in India.
I understand, but my sense of hunger didn't come from India so much, because I was born and raised in Amritsar, and we have a huge community kitchen where everyone gets fed. The entire city can eat there. But my sense of hunger came from New York, when I was struggling here from the very bottom. And, you know, it's not easy rising as a brown kid who came to America with a dream of winning a Michelin star. I think my aspirations are too high or crazy. My sense of hunger came from New York, when I used to be at Grand Central or sleeping around. And this is when post 9/11 was also happening. It was not easy for us to get jobs. So I realized that my sense came from living in America of hunger more than in India.
And you're paying it back. And your mum's on her own in India?
My mom's on her own in Amritsar. That's North India city where the Golden Temple is. And, you know, I wanted to give up on this whole initiative because it's very hard. I'm so used to working in a caliber of Michelin star restaurants, no follow-ups with chefs. You say one thing once and you don't have to repeat or follow up. But when you're running initiatives like this so many miles away, you constantly need to follow up with people. And with the lockdowns, the deliveries were not easy at all. So I gave up on April 11th. I called my mom. I said, Mom, I can't run this. It's too difficult. It's too challenging. If I was in India, I possibly would have done much bigger job, maybe a better job. And she said, you know, I trained you for almost 50 years. Not that you can take selfies at home. I want you to feed my country right now. You've been trained to do this. And don't give me these excuses. And since that time, I have not looked back. We fed more than 13 million people, almost 13 million people till now, which is a big, big number.
How many? Say that again. How many?
13, 1-3.
You fed 13 million people?
Yeah, till now.
Who's paying for
plus
this?
2 million.
Who's paying? Scott, plus 2 million what?
2 million sanitary pads, 100,000 slippers, more than 2 million bananas. And this is the numbers which you're talking about. These are massive numbers.
Yeah.
And we were ready to be. Initially, I was doing everything on my own. And then later we got some amazing partners like India Gate Rice, which is huge. We got Daawat, we got Tropicana Juice. We started getting more partners to partner with us, especially when I was doing huge events. On 2 days before Eid, I did an event which fed 200,000 meals at Haji Ali in Mumbai. So people could come in and there was ration everywhere, dry goods, packed foods. People could come with their bags. They can take as much food as they want. And I felt that it was very important to me.
Where's the money come from? Who have you enlisted to help you with this? Has it sort of grown and mushroomed as you've been carrying on?
I initially was spending on my own, but now because, you know, we can do partnership with brands, and I tell them, listen, if you come on board, just give me your product. I'll put you on all my social media feeds, and we get the food to the people who need it the most. But some days we were inside the trains, on the railway stations, at the bus stops, community centers, leprosy centers, orphanages, highways. We were serving food everywhere. One day we served almost 500,000 meals in just a single day around India in almost 48 cities.
I'm being told to wrap up. I could talk to you all day, but we're running out of time. I just want to very quickly understand, do you send recipes as well? Do you tell them how to cook it?
Yes, we were testing recipes of the food which will not get spoiled because India is getting very hot right now. So we're making kind of khichdi's, which are Indian risottos, with just rice and putting flavors in them so that they're very sustainable.
Vikas, I'm sticking with genius. I think you've done brilliantly. Well done, you. Fantastic effort.
Thank you.
Well done.